All right, so now we're going to organize it. We have all our layers. So it looks like dice number 2 is going to be over here. So I'm going to click on that layer, move it up into position, and I'm just going to kind of move things around a little bit so they're out of the way. And let's go back to number 2. And some of you might be wondering, like, well, how do you know which one's which? Again, I used that website as an example of where all they are going to be. And I kind of mapped it over here, like top. So I wrote down, just on computer paper, like a little sketch of where these numbers should be. And so let me go ahead and go back to photo P. And so 5, let's go to 5, V, hit the letter V, and then we got 6 and 1, so 1's down here, 6 is over here, and then we got 4 and 3. So 3 comes down here, 4 over here, and let's see, 1 is over here. And I'm going to, go over each of these and zoom in and really refine where everything's at. So Control plus, too close, obviously. Oops, 6, I should be on 1. So make sure you're on the proper layer. There you have it. I want to make sure that this right here is taken out. I don't want this line to be there, so I'm going to delete that. Delete that line. Probably should go a little bit more. Delete. There we go. And for argument's sake, I'm going to bring the opacity up to see where everything's at. And let's what just happened? Oh, I didn't select. Okay, so now the opacity is selected. Now I'm just going to ensure that this is perfect. And enter, and now it all lines up. And I'm going to do the same to the rest. So let's go to slide number 2, or dice number 2. V, again, zoom in, Control plus, and then you can hit the letter H for hand to kind of slide this over. I went way too far. Hit the letter V. Now you can use the mouse or you can use the arrows. Oops. To help really get you in nice and close. Again, this is at 57. Let's bring it back to 100. And I'm just using the marquee tool to select and hit delete to get rid of these dark lines. These dark lines will show up in your UV. So let's get rid of those. And let's do this. And now let's Control Alt T. So let's make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Enter. There you go. I'm going to move on to slide number 3. Do the same thing, letter H. slide number 3, I should say. Same thing. Then the letter V to move. Let's move this into place. Now I'm going to use the letter M to take out this line. Delete. Delete. And oops, there's still a little bit of a line right there. And there's one on top. Delete. Delete. Okay, that line went away, that line went away. All right. Now we'll use the transform command. Control Alt T for those using Photoshop. It's just Control T. Now I'm just using the arrows to kind of nudge this into place. That looks good. Hit enter. And dice number 3 is done. I'm going to bring the opacity all the way back up. And then move on to 4. Do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and then that way, because the process is just going to repeat. So now it's all done. Control minus. And I kind of want to turn off this layer to kind of see if I got all the edges. So let's Control plus. Looks like I still have some edges on there. All of that. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that up. That might just be the software. No, I think it's just the software. I think we're good. And so now we got to, all right, so now let's just group all these. Control G, and this is going to be dice texture. That's done. I'm going to shut the UVs off. We'll save this. So file, save as PSD, and then we'll save it. I'll just save it onto my desktop. I'll put it in somewhere later. But make sure you save the PSD file. And then file, do export as PNG. And we don't want the white background, so make sure this is off. File, export as PNG. This is fine. Hit save. And now let's just, for the sake of speed, put this on the desktop. I'll put it in somewhere else later. So I just put it in the source images where everything else is. This is the original one, and now this is the one that I did. I'm sorry, this is the original texture. This is the one I did. So make sure you do that. All right. I realized I should have saved this as an albedo map. Get used to naming stuff properly. And then that way, albedo. That way everything makes sense. And there's no confusion. So now we're going to open up Hypershade. It's this little eyeball looking thing right here. Make sure you save before you do this. So if it does crash, like you have your work saved, let's bring this down a little bit. There we go. All right. Okay, now that you have Hypershade open, make sure you have Arnold on there. If you don't have Arnold on there, you can go to your plugin manager, and I'll show you how to do that. Go to Windows, and there is your plugin manager. I just saw it. Okay. Right here. Windows, setting preferences, plugin manager. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Let me make this a little bigger. And this is the file that you're looking for. It's mtao.mll. So if you've installed Arnold, and these should automatically be checked off, but if they're not checked off for whatever reason, make sure they're checked off like this. And that way, all this is turning on the plugin. If you haven't installed Arnold yet, and you don't see this, go back to Autodesk and just download and install Arnold. I believe I might have mentioned it in the beginning of the semester. Just go ahead and install that plugin, and then come back and find these. Make sure they're on, and that's it. I mean, these are all other plugins, so like Maya takes a little bit to load. So if you're not using a particular plugin, like you can turn them on and off through this plugin manager. I don't even know what some of these are, but yeah, that's the one for Arnold right here, mtao.mll, and it even says Arnold right there. So anyway, all right, close that, go into shader, and we are going to look for, scroll down to somewhere in the middle. Right here, this is what we're looking for, AI standard surface. And then you can always do a right click and add to favorite, and it shows up right here. So you don't always have to go all the way down there and look for it. That's right there. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and, all right. So now I'm going to make this wider real quick. I'm going to click on my AI standard surface, and then I'm going to zoom in on this. And I am going to rename this to Zeiss underscore shader. All right, so now I'm going to go to my attribute editor. I'm just going to move this out of the way. And if you don't see it, it's right here. Just click on that. And then we'll go to, where is it at? Color. Color. Let's hypershade attached to. Yeah. There we go. All right, let's, there we go. All right, I just pulled it out so it's easier to see. All right, so we're gonna go color, and then we're gonna select right here. This allows us to add a picture, or in this case, we'll go ahead and click on the checker box, and then it's going to ask for a render node. And the one that I'm going to do is click on File. So go ahead and click on File. All right, now I click on File, and if you'll notice that it added a few things. It added this file right here, and so this note editor is kind of like the driver for this part of the. So you'll notice this out color is controlling this base color. That's why this line is connected from here to here. I'm kind of exaggerating it. I know it was straight before, but yeah, just so you can see exactly how this is controlling this base color. So now just click on this, and then we're going to find the image file. And it should come up automatically. I think mine, I don't know what happened to it. Let me find it real quick. My source images came up. Make sure you have your the right file. So I need the Zeiss Albedo map. make sure that you, again, name your files properly, and then go ahead and now just go ahead and click open. Now it's there. Let me go ahead and reduce the size. And we don't see anything quite yet, but we're going to attach it. We're just setting everything up prior to. So now you see Dice Shader right here. Now I want you to go over here, select everything, and then right click on Dice Shader and assign material to selection. And it's assigned, but we might not see anything right away. We're not in material view. And so if you hit number 6, you should see it. So highlight everything, hit number 6, and then there you are. You have UV'd your dice. You'll notice it's kind of dark. Well, we can adjust that. You can bring the exposure up, turn it white, and there you go. Yeah, just make sure you're clicked on this dice albedo, and that's it. I would totally close this out, go back to here, and now Control D to copy. Oops, where is reset the current workspace? Okay, so now Control D. So we need 5 of these. Again, I don't care how you stack it, but just that you stack these cubes. Go. And you can rotate them if you want. And there you have it.